We're back again. This is a very weird one to talk about, mainly just because why can't I zoom in? Just in control. Don't like the idea of that. There we go. It's working now. Right. So, had this little sample, found it in my drum kit. I added this little cut off just because I thought it sounded nice. The automation, mainly because this, like when it's really low and when it's normal even. I think these bits are just way louder, so to just even it out. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like there's that big jump. I don't know if I added it. Did I add an EQ onto it? I did. It's probably just to lose the high end, right? Yeah, just cut off some of the highs, cut off a lot of the lows, and just bounce around, you know, different frequencies just to make sure that I got the right ones, just to boost the right mids. Just so it sounds nice. Nothing on the drums. See, the thing is that it's really weird because EQing drums and like mixing drums, obviously you'd want these separated, but obviously I wasn't really arsed about it. Obviously the level's lower. This doesn't really do anything wise. It's mainly for how long the note is, so it cuts off easier. So if I went like really quick and if I held it, you know, it don't really make a difference for drums. Clap, premium clap. It's alright. It's not that premium. I didn't change any of the levels. I didn't have any like reverb or anything. It was just a basic boom, 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 boom. Right, these hi-hats are really weird because they don't have the massive jumps, but the thing is that it was so weird to try get these to sound natural and not weird before I was obviously doing my mixing stuff. I mean, maybe if I dropped them more, but I don't really want to do that because that's just a lot of effort. The 808, again, same kind of thing, fades. So there's a little bit of glide. I don't think I really did anything to the mod. I did. I made sure the cut off, so instead of it being fading out, it just. You get the idea. And what it does is that it just makes it just. Well, what it mainly does is that in these cuts that I do here, it cuts off instantly. But we'll get onto that in a second. Yeah, I don't think the sound selection is really the issue. I think it's just the beat in general. I think it was just. I mean, they got a little bit of reverb on it, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, with this, it literally, it doesn't match the kick, but it kind of does. It's just wherever a kick wouldn't, or would be, If you're going all out, it's just placing the 808 instead. And you can kind of hear the kicks, but it don't really do much. Just gives that little bit of emphasis. But anyway. Yeah, these cut off a little earlier than this. I kind of like that. Just in the moment. And then I just made the kick match it, so this is just kind of like just a little louder. Never mind, this hasn't been saved properly, clearly, because this is on like C3, I think. Or is there just no drum machine? What? Oh, it's... Wait, hold on. Yeah. That's why, because, yeah, it just hasn't been saved properly. So... it just makes it a little harder, it just gives it a little bit more punchiness about it. Like... get what I mean? Just giving that little extra punch. Hey, and there it is. First use of a little open hat. I liked this gap being filled in. I preferred it. Thought it sounded a lot better. But you know, it's the same kind of structure when it like comes in, except there's already an 808. So you know, it just kind of adds that little bit of emphasis. You get what I mean? The hi-hats just sound a bit weird. I do just think it's the beat. I don't think there's anything I could have really done about it. But I'm not going to quit a beat midway through just because I think the hi-hats sound a bit rubbish. You get what I mean? I'm going to stick it out because I feel like with a lot of my producing before this project, if I didn't like something, I'd just give up. Where... you know, being able to push through it and have that perseverance of it, you know, wicked, innit? You know, there's no negative. It's the same structure here, as here. And you'll see here in a minute. I did a little delay effect if I go into it. It's just a little mono delay, 1 to 8. Could get rid of some of the low filter, some of the high, but I didn't really want to add much to it. I made sure the automation was quite low because this can go way higher. Because if I go like that, you know, then it kind of fits into everything else. But I think it does sound a bit funny. Actually, no, never mind. I actually did do it smoothly. Yeah, because it's got the little... it's like a fade into it when this cuts, so it kind of like replaces it almost. Mixing wise, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just getting rid of, yeah, like I said, some of the frequencies. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the 808 if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it is. And obviously, I think I attempted to put an EQ on the hi-hats, but I just don't think it really did much. If I go onto it. Yeah, I think I tried it with it on and then realised like it kind of gets buried in the beat. go. I mean, it don't add any value, and it doesn't take away any value if I take it off. So it does no harm to nobody. Again, limiter is still on, and that's fun. But apart from that, that's just the beat. Again, not my proudest work. I don't like it. I do like that fade though, and I'm glad that I've learned how to do it, so that I can do it on in later projects later in my life, and how to make it smooth, because I remember I was doing it like that, and it doesn't have that same kind of smoothness to it. It just kind of like just smooths into it. It don't cut, it don't do nothing, it don't do no harm to nobody. So yeah, that's it. Basically, there's no mixing, no nothing. It's just happy days, isn't it? Happy days. Yeah, that's about it.